Welcome back to Market Pros, and let's get right into it. All right, so here we're on Bitcoin on the 1 hour on Bybit. Your moving averages are converging together, so whichever way this fans out is going to mean a lot, whether it fans out to the downside or the upside. Kind of dancing around the moving averages right now, even though this has dropped. If we can get back into the moving averages, we're kind of just going sideways. Your RSI is in the neutral median zone, basically riding that neutral median line. Um, yeah, I mean, we're right by the signal line right now. We don't want to just come up and retest and then resume down, because that could lead us to the top of the bearish control zone. MACD is right by the zero line. We don't want this to also be a retest. So this could go one of two ways. We could cross the signal line. We need to, if we're below 46, basically 240, we could cross the signal line. So that's not what we want if you're bullish, all right? So we want to bounce off this. We want to bounce off that signal line on the RSI. Don't want to cross on both because that could lead us, like I said, because I mean we also bounced off of that zero line. So we want to get back above that. So if we test this, we could get back above it. That would be bullish. So right now I'm neutral on the RSI and the MACD. We're going to find out what happens pretty soon. Volatility's in the upper zone. I mean, we got a little bit of volatility, not much. Let's move on. No, we're going to talk about invalidation. Okay, so if we get down past this low on a closure, even a 1 hour closure, I could see us coming down to next stop would be 45, basically 280 to 270 region. And if we fall below that, you know, I see us first coming down to the bottom of the box, maybe getting a bounce at 45K, but ultimately I think we would come back down here. Then the best case scenario would be to get a double bottom. That'd really be all we're working with. Remember, if we fall below 40K, we're going to go much lower, in my opinion. Validation of the upside would be to make a higher high on this last level. We did make a lower high. We don't want this to turn out to be a lower low, okay? We want to get back above these moving averages, have them fan out. That would be a bullish sign. Also have that MACD get, so if the MACD tests the signal line, gets above the zero line, the RSI gets above the signal line and doesn't retest it, volatility turn up, and us get back above these moving averages, I could see us making a higher high than this. 100%. Well, in my opinion. So I would see us going up to 47,200, basically the last high of this wick, but I think we would make it on a closure. Maybe even 47,490, basically the middle of this last range. But if that happens, you know, I see us getting above 48,000 on a closure. Let's move on to, well, we're going to stay on the 1 hours because not much has changed. I mean, we're kind of just going in a range here from basically 47K to basically 45,500, 45,600. So that's kind of our region right now. Basically, you know, we broke out. Just we're dancing around along these moving averages up here. You know, we'll see what happens. Whichever way this fans out, it's going to mean a lot. If it fans out to the downside, I would expect retests of these signal lines and resumption down. If we get above them, I would expect us to get above the signal lines and the MACD get above the zero line. Let's move on to Atlas. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is include all the coins in one video because not much has changed. I thought about not making a video today, but you know, then I thought about it, like there's a handful of you guys that do watch every single day. So I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I will continue to make a video, at least one, every single day, even if all the coins are included. But most of the time, I separate Solana, I separate Atlas and Polis, and I try to give you guys at least 2 to 3 videos a day. because not everybody wants to watch the same coins. You know, Solana gets a lot more views, so I try to separate them. So here we're on Atlas, on FTX, on the 1 hour. So this one's pretty simple. So now your moving averages did get this multi crossover, and your 21 did just cross the 200. So we are in the bearish control zone. The MACD is below the signal line. Now, if we come down for a retest of the signal line and resume off, that's going to be our first bullish sign. But now, if we cross below it again and start getting red bars down here on the histogram, that's not going to look good. So RSI did just get a fresh cross of the signal line to the downside. And we just printed another, it's looking like it's going to resume down. Now, if we can get back above this last high right here and back above these moving averages, I could see us coming up to the purple box at 0.0339. If we can get back above this last high, I could see us coming all the way up here to the top, basically above the last high, the last major high. Volatility is very low, so I would expect this next move to be pretty big. Honestly, Atlas looks 65% bearish, 35% bullish. So we will find out. If these moving averages, if the 50 crosses a 200 and we get a death cross, and these moving averages start to fan out, I could definitely see us coming down to basically 0.0294, so almost 3 cents, which is not going to look good. So we will find out about that. Let's move on to Polis. All right, so here we're on Polis on, let's see, also on FTX, also on the 1 hour. So we did break out, kind of got front ran here. Definitely got front ran of this purple box at 230. So we came back down for the retest. Now we are being supported by the top of this purple box where it was resistance turned support. We did just get out of the bearish control zone. We are above the signal line. So if we come back down for a retest, resume off, get above this neutral line, that's going to look good on the RSI. MACD, fresh cross to the upside of the signal line. Positive momentum is increasing. Let's see here. Volatility is pretty low, so I would expect this next move to be big. Now, if we can get back above this last wick and actually get back above this last support, now it's turned resistance at 205. I would expect the next level to be basically 212. If we can break 212, I would expect us to go to 224. Validation of the downside would be to break this 100. Because right now that's support. I mean, we got, a few resistance spots, so now they're turned support. Next stop would be the 200 and the point of control on the VPVR at 191.5. So yeah, I mean, right now we're going sideways, so we kind of got to see which way we're breaking out. These moving averages are converging now. Right now, it looks a little more bullish than bearish. But we need to stay with this momentum to the upside. We need to get back above this last resistance, or this last support that's now resistance at 205. We need to get back above there. All right, so let's move on to Solana. All right, so here we have Solana. Once again, we did get front ran of this. Okay, so I was wrong. Instead of 145, we got 143.33. Not too bad. Now, we did get a lower low. All right, so we did come back down like we said, all right, and tested this last region. Now, we don't want to really get a lower low here, because then we could come back down to the 50, even down, come down, make a double bottom. But so RSI is in the neutral median zone. We are above the signal line. Looks like we're coming back down for a retest. Let's see. We do have bearish divergence from here to here. And from, actually, no, we do not. No, we do not. I'm sorry. MACD, fresh cross to the upside, but positive momentum is decreasing. Volatility is in the upper zone. We are being held up by the 21 right now. Your moving averages do all have positive slope still, and they are pretty fanned out. If we can get above 45, there's a lot of hot air. That's when we start coming up to 177 like we were talking about. If we can get above, actually, 148. We need to get above 148 to continue this crazy rally. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Oh, validation of the downside would be to break this last level of resistance, turn support, and the 100. All right, then I think the first stop would be the 200, or even get a wick down to this last level in between the VPVR point of control, well, the VPVR point of support at 111, between 111 and 108.25 would be a major level of support. I would expect us to probably head back up from there, as long as this rally still has the momentum to continue, which I think there's more chance than not that it does. But we're going to get a major pullback eventually. Can't go up forever, but we're not even in the bullish control zone yet. So it has a lot of room to run. All right, it just has to build that momentum back up. And because right now we're kind of going sideways, okay? The volatility's coming down. All right, so we're going sideways. We need to pop that momentum back up, get back above 147, and then that's when we go up to 177.50, in my opinion. Between 177 and 180, 181, in my opinion. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Really supports the channel. You know, just starting out, trying to build up as much support as possible, give out as much value as possible. You guys leave comments down below. Tell me how I can improve. Besides for the lagginess, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm getting pretty stuck on it. I've tried a lot of things, but I will figure it out eventually. So everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you in the next one.